and welcome to Balsamic Games. I'm over here. I'm not Andrea. Today is going to be Andrea's first time as Lore Weaver in Witches of Midnight. She has played 72-ish sessions. But yeah, today is the first day she is taking the reins, and what an auspicious day it is for that. We have just launched our Kickstarter for Witches of Midnight. The game we'll be playing tonight here, and we are only a few backers away from being fully funded. So you will see some advertisements in chat about that throughout the evening. But we have a really fun session planned for you. Well, Andrea has a really fun session planned for you. But first, let's let everybody introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about your characters. We'll start with Gavin. He looks like he's ready. He doesn't look like he was just finishing his character right before the stream started. I'm playing Xander because that was what was already in the text field here, and I didn't want to change it. It's also a really cool name. Xander is a very unique Median witch. He is a demiurge. He has tapped into the potential of many mundane-looking witches that have come before him, and he is a wolf shifter as well. And so I'm really excited about exploring that because I have a few tricks up my sleeve. And let's hop down to Ezra.
Hello, I'm Azra, and tonight I'll be playing Celandis, whose pronouns are they, them. They are an Asterian arcanist who takes on the role of fulfilling their Asterian principles and creating, crafting, all the fun.
Nice. We will make good use of you. That's awesome. Hop over to Mia.
Hello. I'm Mia, also known as Robot Rainbows Online. Tonight I will be playing as Fernand Dugray. Their alias is Fern, and everybody would call them Fern. They are a Lily 2 Harpy witch, and it's my first time playing one of those, so that's going to be super interesting. Fern is known as a caretaker type of person, very large and imposing man, with really fluffy eyebrows like an owl and piercing eyes and very a big nose, and they're kind of scary, but once you get to know them, they really care about theirs and their coven. And they have a familiar called Tu, a rhino beetle that's usually crawling all over them. That's it.
And over to Sorceressi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron Spencer, aka Essie, aka Sorceressi, and you might recognize me as the CEO of Enchanting Sorcery Productions. And I'm very excited to be here. We do mostly queer witchy stuff, and I'm excited to be a part of this because it's very queer and very witchy. So go check out the Kickstarter. We've done a bunch of promotion for it. Any of our links that have tagged Balsamic Games or links to the Kickstarter that we've thrown around, go check that out. This is amazing. There's tarot involved, and I am playing Sarissa tonight. She is a Gorgon Medusae. She's got a little bit of a past with the street crew and some of the more anarchistic elements that live on the first and second floor, with whom she is very good friends with. And her and her coven, as coven mates together, have established sort of like this rooftop garden, and she's like kind of the connection to the crews, and it's kind of like this great anarchistic coven commune. And I'm very, very excited to show off some of the Medusae powers here, some of which are very cool and very typical to the mythology. So that's really exciting because I love Gorgons so much.
They're the best.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn now. I'm Andrea. I'm going to be doing the lore weaving tonight. I'm very excited because I was very much inspired by a podcast called Scared to Death to run this sort of mission, and I'm very excited about it, which is not really a mission. So this is going to be a good example of what an post undertaking entanglement might look like. Because a lot of the time in the game, you're supposed to roll entanglements to see if you get somebody popping up wanting to take up your time while you're trying to rest. But yeah, so this is going to be a good example of that. So I did want to kind of set the scene just to make it a little bit easier for everybody to understand where we're all coming from. This coven is called, say it again.
The Protectors of the Verdant
Grove.
I
got it. Yeah, and they are very much into taking care of the environment and that kind of a thing, and their main faction that they don't want to play with is Grail Hunting Club, and they have just finished an undertaking on the Grail Hunting Club where they were interrupting weapons. Oh my gosh, I really can't do words today, and this is not a good sign.
We have had quite a week.
Yeah, I am so tired. I was like, maybe I should take a gummy before we get started, but I'm so tired, I don't know if that would help or hurt anything.
Yeah.
But let's see. I made notes. But anyway, so yeah, you're coming home after interrupting a supply chain of weapons delivery to Grail Hunting Club, and you are just about to enter your Covenstead, and that's where we're going to open up.
Awesome. So we are, you said, coming back to our Covenstead from a recent
Very successful undertaking of interrupting
Kickstarter hype.
Yes.
Woo.
Awesome.
Weapons supply lines.
That seems like the kind of thing that there might have been some wild magic involved in. I feel like if anybody, maybe I'm just chaotic enough to have been jumping on board that for some maximum destruction. So yeah, I'm not really a killer, but I think we could kind of do a little flashback where we're cornered for a moment, and my wild magic makes us all invisible so we can beat a retreat. Of course, I'm in wolf form, so I end up running away from everybody else, and they end up catching up to me on the first floor when they get back to the Covenstead.
Okay. So you're going to be the wild magic person today.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that wild magic stank on you, and they're coming to get you. Okay.
Yeah. And I think as like a consequence of the wild magic, because it didn't quite go right, I'm like stuck in wolf form right now.
Okay.
And so I'm like waiting for them to open the door because I can't claw the door open. So I'm just sitting outside of our Covenstead.
What is that pawing? Xander. And I'll just get Xander from the door.
All right.
Hey Gavin, could you do me a favor? I don't
Yeah.
know how to roll a d4 in here. Roll me a d4 type thing.
Here goes a d4 type thing. Oh, well, that made the
D4.
sound, so it didn't actually do it. The third.
Okay. All right. So that means, Fern, when you are walking through the door, everybody's headed in, and you get up to your apartment, and everybody goes in, and you literally bounce off of the empty space in the door, and you can't get in.
Yeah, that's unusual. And Fern turns to the others if they are nearby and is like, "Did that happen to you guys when you were trying to get to your quarters?"
Are you all right?
No, no. So is Fern stuck outside the door to the whole
Outside
loft?
of the whole thing.
I will taunt them by jumping in and out of the doorway repeatedly.
Thank you.
Fern will attempt to use their current familiar, the rhino beetle, to go see if they can go in and out of the apartment.
Yeah, they can get in and out, no problem.
So it's just Fern.
Just Fern.
Fern
Uh-oh.
looks hurt and is like, "Did I do something, guys?"
I'll just kind of like look at the door frame and just be like, "Oh, is this an 18+ channel?"
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll just be like, "Fucking hexes," and I'll go into my equipment pouch. One of the things I have is a pouch of magical components that I purchased with my gear. So I'm going to go into the pouch, and I don't know if this will do anything, but I'm going to take out some cedar and some mugwort and just light it up with a flip lighter, and then just kind of start cleansing the door frame here. See if I can attempt to remove any hex that someone might have put on the door frame, any hidden sigils or anything. We'll try to just cleanse it right out rather than try and go digging through the woodwork or look for invisible sigils.
Yeah. You want to try again, Fern?
Yeah. I will try to take a step inside cautiously, extend their hands, and kind of try to get it through the door.
You again are stopped. Like there is a force field in the door, and you can't get through.
Hey, it was worth a shot, right? Might as well try the cheap stuff first. And hey, always good to cleanse door frames, you know.
Yeah.
Can I check around to see if there's any sort of like sigil or something that would be blocking Fern's entry?
Yeah, you guys can take a peek around for that kind of a thing. See if somebody like messed with your door or your doormat, or I don't know. If somebody has left anything around. That I guess you could roll.
What do you think about a group survey or something?
Yeah, like a group survey.
I'd definitely be willing to help. I'll take the low part of the floor and doorway.
I don't have points in survey, but I'm willing to help anyway and spend the willpower for it.
I'll lead it. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
lead the action.
Fern needs to pay $4.99 to unlock that area. Yes. Fern
So
needs
everybody
to
else
pledge
can roll.
higher.
Anybody else who wants to be involved in that search can roll their survey dice. Exclamation point and then a number between 0 and 4.
Survey.
Ooh. It's on the right-hand side by inside.
Got it.
Okay. And
so in the meantime, as I'm looking, I'm just going to be like, Fern, just in case it's some like weird vampire cult or something like that, that's like a reverse hex, would you like to come in? And like whisper into the door frame.
Would love it.
Yeah.
Fern would like to come in. I have invited Fern in. It's like shout into the ether.
I try to invite you in, but it just comes out as a muffled rarf.
Yeah, sorry, that doesn't help too much.
All
right,
I'm trying all the classics.
We ended up with a partial success, and I have to pay 3 total willpower for that.
Okay, partial success. You guys don't really see anything on the building itself, around. It doesn't look like anybody has tampered with any of your wards or anything like that. Everything looks to be functioning properly, except for the fact that Fern can't get in. So, Gavin, you're in Wolfie form, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you get kind of like a heightened senses kind of a deal.
Sure,
in a wolf.
that sounds good.
You can kind of smell that Fern smells differently than they had been, than they normally do.
Gotcha.
Not like bad or anything, just different.
Could I really try to like focus in on that and just sniff all around them and see what I can find out?
Absolutely.
Well, sorry, Fern. I feel a little useless. I'm really like I kind of made my character to be the magic muscle and like no utility.
At this
So
point, your gentle giant Fern is looking like he's on the verge of tears
Yeah.
because he
Oh,
feels
no,
like
no,
he
no.
did something wrong.
Lucy?
Also, with Xander like sniffing around and being like all alert around him, he's like super anxious.
Can I get a
If
I'll like
it's all
button?
right.
I'll like
Did
kind
you-
of snap my. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. If it's all right, Celandis would move to like comfort Fern and be like, "We'll figure this out. It's okay."
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just kind of snap my fingers, and a couple of the snakes that were kind of concealed in my hood, kind of around my neck, kind of like, and then a little sort of steam cloud behind me, and then kind of coming through my legs is a black cat with a little tiny bell, and he just kind of looks up and just, and I'm just gonna pick up, like, there you are. I'm just gonna pick up Lucy because that's his name, and I'm gonna give him over to. I'm just gonna hold out Lucy to Fern and be like, maybe Lucy will help make you feel better.
So
Black
Rissa
cat.
seems to have a lot of good sniffers there. Maybe I
You
could
said
get in...
a black cat?
Yeah, Lucy is a black cat with a little tiny patch of gray here,
Okay.
and just a little teeny like collar bell.
Lucy, she hisses and jumps out of your hands and runs back into the Covenstead.
Oh,
She seems afraid of Fern.
Lucy is a male cat.
Lucifer.
Sorry, all of my cats ever have been girls, so that's
No, it's okay. Lucy's short for Lucifer. So
Gotcha.
yeah, Lucy with an I. And he's very friendly. A little bit of heft because he gets a lot of snacks, but not too bad. It's just healthy, right? A healthy little black cat familiar.
Could I
He's
get an
very
assist
friendly.
from Lucy to help me sniff around? It'll cost
Ooh,
you
yeah.
1 willpower.
Okay, I'll
It
be like,
gives me an extra die.
no. So you see like the serpents on her hair have kind of come out now, and they're just like kind of rattling a little bit as she's chasing Lucy. Eventually, she catches up. She's gonna spend a willpower, and you can see Lucy kind of like hissing a couple of times. I'm like, no. I'm not trying to comfort Lucy by using the willpower, and just kind of give him a little scritches under his neck and bring him over back to help. No, we're just gonna help. We're gonna help Xander. Okay, so go and find out what the fuck is happening.
All
Okay, so
right.
that's
Lucy.
a partial success. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
And just a house cat, so nip, scratch, climb, leap, but he can
Yeah.
kind of sniff around up there.
Okay. Let's see. Lucy is again seeming a little timid. Kind of staring behind Fern, not really at Fern.
Hmm.
Xander, you are smelling what you can only describe as thick, wet fur.
Can we get Fern a change of clothes? Oh, I can't talk. Oh, we've got telepathic bonds, don't we? Awesome. Well, in that case, can somebody go to Fern's room and Fern's quarters and grab him some another set of clothes? I think he might be tainted.
Sure.
So you also said that Lucy was kind of looking behind of Fern. Okay. As the rest of the coven is kind of working on these other things, real quickly, I'm just going to be like, okay, wow, this is happening. Everybody, just avert your gaze, okay? And I'm just going to stand behind you, Fern, okay? And I'm just going to step out into the hallway, hoping I don't get like stunned in place or something. I'm going to go into the hallway, like look around, and I'm going to stand right behind Fern. I'm going to be like, okay, so please no one look in this direction until I say it's okay. Okay? And I'm going to take the hood entirely off and try to like focus around what Lucy was looking at. And I'm just going to unleash my withering. And all of the serpents, there's like 30 of them, all just the eyes just start to glow with this golden light, and they all sort of hiss. And Sarissa's face also gets real scaly in an instant, and her fangs come out. And she's going to use one essence to cast Withering, which cause all living things to wither in your gaze or passing. So anything that can see me causes they will be inflicted with debilitating pain. If it is for some reason animalistic or plant-based, it costs no essence.
Okay. You can't really see that anything happened. There's no there's not a person hanging around or anything like that. So there's not really
landline.
there's not really anyone to wither, but roll a fortune die for me.
Ooh, okay. That is fortune. Is just that a standard 0 roll?
It's
exclamation 1F.
1F. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
On. That rolled to the wrong screen. I suck at this. Okay.
Mixed result.
Hey.
Okay. I want to give you guys a clues. Let's see. You can kind of hear a almost in your own head kind of sad, kind of in pain a little bit, kind of groan. Doesn't sound like it would be something that a sound that Fern would make. It sounds more like a sound that Xander might make, but if he were much larger.
Oh.
Like, Fern, did you hear that?
Do I hear it?
No. Nobody else here heard it but Sarissa.
Okay, so Fern is like, nope, I don't hear anything. I don't think I feel different.
I got something. Go try and get through now, just in case.
So I think Fern would try to concentrate on himself and try to feel if he feels different within his own body and identify that. I guess with focus.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I shall roll one focus die.
Okay. You can tell that there is something that has sort of attached itself to you, not so much inside of your mind or body, but it has decided that you're the guy and it's going to stay with you, and there's not much you know to do about it right now. He doesn't seem like he wants to leave.
So it's an entity and it's cozy at the moment.
Yes.
Attached to my soul or whatever, spirit or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So Fern will explain that to everyone who is present. And he'll be like, guys, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's here to stay for now, and it's cozy with me for some reason. And part of me kind of wants to figure out if it's good, because if it is, I'm okay with this interaction.
May
not
I
dangerous.
inject some stakes? Because I am here because of some wild magic that has to get taken care of, and we need our whole coven for that. We kind of need to get you inside because the Red Watch are probably hunting us right now.
Oh yeah,
Do
we should do a clock for that.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could roll like a single die fortune roll, and whatever
Yeah.
it comes up with is how many ticks are left on a 6 clock.
Sure, sounds good.
There we go. 4 out of 6.
That's not too bad.
No.
But yeah, so
So that's 2 out
It
of 6
is-
ticks?
2 out of 6, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess the best way to describe the situation is that it has attached itself to you, and it is far enough on the scale of bad that your coven wards are not letting it in.
That's a problem.
I see.
I have maybe a possible solution to this. I have a general power called a familiar writing, which allows me to merge with my familiar, which currently is a rhino beetle. For a little bit of background on the Harpy Grimoire, since it's rather new and hasn't been played a lot, I have an ability called Mother of Monster that allows me to consume my current familiar and make a new one.
Yeah.
Normally they're supposed to be half humanoid. I just made a rhino beetle this time around. So I could dispel that one and get a new one if it needs. So I think I want to try to merge with my current,
Okay.
like use my power to merge with my current familiar and see if the entity would attach itself to it instead of me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to be a fortune roll.
Yay!
It's gotta like a beetle better than you. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we'll see.
Let's all hype up the beetle.
This is the best beetle.
2 is great, even though ephemeral.
How many dice do you want me to do a fortune roll for?
Let's do 2.
Oof.
No. You can get in there. Like you can do your you can use your power, you can ride your familiar, but if you try to take him across the threshold, he's not going to be able to go.
Okay. So it doesn't attach to the familiar.
No.
Okay. So I will unattach from my familiar and promptly consume it to make a new one later because 2 has proven useless and will be replaced. And to be fair, Fern can't get inside his house and is getting hungry, so
I'll make you a sandwich with my paws.
rhino beetle snack.
do you want me to make you some ramen? And,
Yeah, later. That might be nice. Fern, how does will have to do?
yeah, I mean, depending on how long you're stuck out there, I can make it, bring it out to you. I feel really bad.
So we know it's an entity, and we know it's attached to Fern. We can't see it. Can I think of any way to try to communicate with the entity?
What's your grimoire?
Arcanist.
An arcanist.
I think you have a grimoire sense that might help.
Might help.
It's the top of the second page of your grimoire.
It's something about resonances.
Yeah.
Right. When gathering information, conduct a short ritual to ask what specific resonances does this place or item or place of power have.
That would definitely be useful.
Okay.
And with grimoire senses, we normally do fortune rolls, right? Or do we do
completely
roll?
up to you. Fortune rolls are for when there are no real bad consequences that can happen.
Okay. If you want to do a focus roll or something like that, or yeah, that would be good.
Like a focus-based fortune roll.
Yeah.
So focus-based fortune. So 2 dice for focus. So exclamation point 2F.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh no. Let's see.
Usually very little information.
Yeah, It is a grimoire like sense, so I don't want to like not give you anything because it's a thing that you're supposed to be able to do. You can tell that it is the spirit of something dead.
Okay. With that information, could I do a study roll and move to our arcane library to try to see if I can find like quick things about communicating with spirits of the dead?
Yes, absolutely. And that will be a focus roll, and you get an extra die for being in your workshop.
Okay, so that's gonna be 3 dice.
Yes.
Do we have any coven? I know there's like a bunch, but do we have any coven features that focus on removing unwanted hexes, spirits, spells? Like if we could get that out here,
I
or
don't
focus
think
that at the door.
we do, but we do have a summoning. Is it a summoning circle or a binding circle?
I think we didn't take that one.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we
right.
ended up
Darn.
not taking
Yeah,
We
it
could
because
have.
I'm bad at math.
We could have summoned
was-
some kind of underworld creature to try to take its friend back home.
I was
Ooh.
thinking of the Grimoire Power Arcane Authority to dispel an enchantment or counter a spell,
Ooh.
but I wasn't sure if it was an enchantment, so I wanted to try to communicate with it first.
Yeah, communicating is probably the best way to go about it.
Can I just say I want to applaud Andrea for making an actual door boss. Well done to our lore weaver.
Doors are our worst enemy, unless
Yes.
you
So-
have an arcanist with the
You
right
might-
power. And
You
then
might
they're
Gather
say
your
that
best
Andrea is
friend.
a lore boss.
So a gather information roll, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do a G. Yeah, perfect. Oh wow, that those dice landed on top of each other. There we go.
There you go.
Partial success. So
Okay, I couldn't see the bottom one.
good
There we go.
details, clarifying follow-up questions are possible.
Okay. Let's see. So it's a spirit of a dead witch, specifically.
Oh.
Are there? I will let you have 2 questions.
Okay. First question, how do we communicate with it?
Okay. It's the spirit of a dead witch. So I would probably just go to very basic means. Like a Ouija board would work. Let's see.
We could consult the tarot cards
You could
and try to
consult-
communicate via tarot.
Yeah, that would work. Pretty much any kind of divination tool that can answer questions yes or no. It'll probably be very basic yes no type questions that you could ask the spirit.
Second question, how do we unbind the spirit from Fern?
This spirit isn't really sure how to undo what it's done. I think it was like a panic attachment. So it was kind of surprised that it was able to do it at all to get away from where it was. So yeah, you guys might have to work together with this witch to figure it out.
Okay.
The tarot deck that's attached to this TTRPG, is it the major and minor arcana? Is it just the major arcana?
Major and minor, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I'll grab my set of tarot cards then and just kind of start shuffling and see if I can I'll see if anybody else has anything that they want to try, but I'll kind of stand by for that. As I'm shuffling, I'll be like, if this doesn't work, I'll promise I'll make you some soup. I'm sorry, I didn't think about utility spells. It wasn't even totally slipped my mind.
I'll relay that
Hindsight's
information
20/20.
and I think if we're going to ask it a question, I think we should ask it how we can sort of summon it in order to get it into a space where it's okay, but not attached to Fern.
Yeah.
Ooh. Do we have any kind of relatively powerful arcanum between us that we could attempt to get it to jump to? Like I don't have anything good. Plus, I'm still in wolf form.
I have a tier 3 wand from Wandcraft.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
I took Fey Fruit. I don't think it wants to be attached to Fey Fruit.
You might be able to try to lure it out by bribing it with Fey Fruit. Even spirits might be able to use it.
I mean, it's a little irritating, but I can, it's uncomfortable, but I can, take out one of the snakes, and I can take out up to 3 of them at a time. And that could be another option for like a temporary solution.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay with using my Fey Fruit as bait if it works. That's totally in. Also, I have a Grimoire sense that I would like to maybe try. Try to gather information. May conduct a short ritual to ask, is this individual creature, predator or prey in this situation? So I'd like to know if I'm in danger, basically.
Okay. What does that ritual look like for you in this situation? I'm very interested.
Fern's casting style is dancing and gesturing.
Ooh.
So they would kind of like go really, really like concentrated looking and start doing some gestures and dance movements.
Okay.
And I don't know how long a short ritual is supposed to be, but for the duration, they dance.
All right, give me a 2 dice fortune roll.
If you want, we might start switching from fortune to regular action rolls, so we can start filling in that clock.
No.
There we go. It took forever, but it's here.
Okay. So you're getting prey vibes, and you can't really tell if this spirit is trying to prey upon you or it was preyed upon itself. So you're kind of like, it's giving me prey vibes, but I don't know what that means.
Okay. So I'll still relay that information, but be like, I mean, I know a thing, but it's not that useful. So here's the thing.
So I think at this point, why don't we try the cards, see what they say?
Sounds good.
All right, yeah, let's, what do we want to ask this presence that you felt, Solandis? Do you have anything in mind?
Are you here to cause harm?
Very important question. So do you want to do a focus roll to, I guess, like a focus, gather information roll kind of a situation?
Yeah.
Just see what your card pool will give you.
So focus for me is 2 dice.
I guess you guys could, well, I was going to say you could do like a group action, but that card's not really a group thing in that kind of way.
We'll all whip out a
put
deck.
our hands on the deck.
Everybody picks a card.
Oh, damn.
Dang.
It is, so do we have a card pull command for?
We actually do, yeah.
Ooh.
Exclamation point 1 and then major or minor.
Okay. So I'll pull the first one.
There you go. It's the Hanged Man.
Ooh. You know what's funny though is that from my personal deck, I pulled the Lovers.
Ooh.
It's like interesting. So I'll just kind of pull that out and just be like, that could go either way. It's gonna be like,
yeah, it kind of could.
yeah.
Oh, dice spot needs to get nicer.
The Hanged Man is bad?
No, not necessarily.
Depends on the
sure?
context.
All the 2s we've been rolling.
You guys all start to hear like knocking on the wall next to your door. So it's just like a tap 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 on
Was
the
that
door.
you knocking on the wall?
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
You had me at Okay. Well, after getting spooked by you, can we take a quick break?
Sure.
All right. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks. welcome back to Balsamic Games. We are with Andrea as her first time as a lore weaver for Witches of Midnight, and we are in a little bit of a sticky situation, but I think we might be finding our way out of it. We just pulled some tarot cards in in the game, and I think we might have a way forward.
Okay. So, situation. Fern has a dead witch spirit attached to them and cannot get through the wards of the coven, and we're trying to figure out a way in.
Yes. And we also are being hunted by the Red Watch because
Yes.
I used some wild magic in our previous...
Okay, so does anyone want to do their idea before I run? Actually, you know what? I'll let y'all go. I'm gonna run to my room. I'll be right back. And she's just gonna, and then if this doesn't work, then I'll make you soup. And just takes off running into, and she's gonna go and grab some things from her room. But I'll let the rest of the table kind of see if they have any other ideas in the meantime.
I'm gonna continue with the tarot deck and see if I can't figure something out here.
Okay.
Like, I think the next question is gonna be, can we bind you to something else
Okay.
in order to summon you shortly?
All right, Kevin, how do we pull a tarot card?
Say it again?
How do you pull a tarot card?
Oh, exclamation point, the number of tarot cards you want, and then whether you want a major or minor arcana.
Let's
Do
do
we want major or
one.
minor?
Either way is fine, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I'll do major.
Sounds
One
good.
major, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You got death.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. So with the being bound to something else, transitioning to something else, that's kind of what the death card is about. So the answer would be yes, it can be transferred to something else.
Okay. In that case, can I use some spell work to bind it to my tier 3 Arcanum wand?
It depends on what kind of abilities you have. So
Okay.
That we might be able to do something like in tandem.
yeah.
And if you are like looking at the wand, Sarissa might have an idea of like, ooh, but Sarissa's gonna run back, and in one hand she has a jar of volcanic sand, and in the other hand she has her Aegis Argentum, and it is a statuette that she has on her altar. Of there's this statue from a few years back, and it was of Medusa holding up what was the
Perseus?
Perseus?
Yes.
Perseus. It's Medusa holding up Perseus's head,
Yeah.
with a sword in the other hand, like looking like a bad bitch. So she's gonna like bring that out, and that's her personal Aegis. She's gonna like put some volcanic sand on the ground on this side of the threshold, make a line from the threshold outside into the hallway, and I'd be like, sorry, so I'm gonna have you stand on this. Sorry, Fern, just gonna, and then I'm gonna take the Aegis, put it down on this side, and I'd be like, open your mind, touch the Aegis, let it kind of let the energy just flow. And during downtime activities, I am going to focus my spell work. So during downtime activities, or downtime, I can mark an ally with my personal sigil, and I'm going to choose the focus of this magic to be Fern. For one essence, I'm going to go ahead and use some actual magical essence here, and it might take a while to cast, so this will hopefully be the first part in a long chain that will allow my coven siblings to do other things. And it protects any marked ally against a supernatural consequence. The caster, and I'm assuming also the cause of the consequence, becomes aware of what is happening as well. So I'm going to try and use the Aegis to kind of free Fern, which would still leave a spirit running around. So I am also going to take out one of the. They're not returning, but I'm going to use one more essence to take out 3 vipers that are going to kind of morph into a 3-headed viper.
Okay.
And they are going to sort of present themselves and sort of do a little snake dance in the hallway as an empty vessel. So that's 3 essences used for me, and that would set up a vessel and also would theoretically protect Fern from this presence trying to like hold on or get back in, theoretically. And this might take a while. So while she is doing this and doing her dancing, because she also has this sort of belly dance that she does, she has verbal components as well. So she's just kind of reciting sort of ancient stories about Medusae, kind of mumbling them under her breath. And this, she's in a trance, she's doing a whole thing, and that will give everyone else a chance to jump in and do their things.
I think with Sarissa doing that, what I'm going to try to do is safely unbind the spirit from Fern because the spirit did it in a panic. So I'm
Yes.
going to try to use arcane authority to remove the enchantment of sorts binding the spirit to Fern to allow the spirit to safely bind to the vessel we have in place.
That sounds wonderful.
And I'll spend 3 essence to do that.
Okay. Is there a role associated with that power?
Looks like it's 3 essence focus.
Okay, so yeah, do your focus roll.
Okay. So that's 2. And it's just a regular action roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, partial success. Let's see. You are able to detach the spirit from Fern. And when it detaches from Fern, because it's now, free and on its own, which, is what it really wanted to be anyway. Nobody wants to be attached to anybody else. So, I mean, unless maybe they do. But so now he is free, and he is able not quite to appear corporeally to you guys, but kind of as that shadowy figure that everybody sees out of the corner of their eye, and he is staying around you guys and is trying its best to communicate with you guys.
And should we tick that red watch clock since that took
Yes.
a while? How many ticks?
2.
So we are up to 4 out of 6. We can probably hear the sirens.
And
Or whatever's going on.
it's more like helicopters, and they're just kind of circling the buildings, trying to figure out, like, we know it's over here somewhere.
Well, now that
Okay.
it's disconnected,
Yeah,
Fern, do
I
you
can
want to
get
try to
in.
get in the door?
you can get in the door.
Yeah. I'd be like, at least
Yeah.
this building has wards, as like hearing the sirens intensify.
So Fern looks quite pleased to get back into the Covenstead with the rest of his coven, and has no particular like abilities to communicate with spirits, but has a strong feeling of compassion for that spirit for some reason. And would stay by the door and try to figure out what it's trying to communicate to us.
Yeah, and I'm running around the Covenstead, like running around our ritual circle, like, come on, everybody. Still in wolf form.
Yeah, you might want to take care of that really quick so you don't get Red Watch knocking on your haunted door.
Yeah.
So, in an
Sorry,
attempt to
Mom, again.
communicate with the spirit, we need to take care of something really quick. We'll be right back to assist you.
Okay, yes.
Yep. Let's do that then.
It's gonna do that scary ghost thing that ghosts do when they're left alone, and they're just gonna bang on the door until you guys come back.
Awesome. All right.
I'm going to sweep up the, just kind of grab my broom and sweep up the volcanic sand. Be like, shit, and try to like sweep it all into our loft. In the meantime.
All right.
And like as I open the door, I'm just going to be like, sorry, we're coming. Just give us a second, and just kind of like, and then close the door again.
If you guys don't mind, I will do the drawing down the moon ritual so we can knock this out. So I corral, like sheepdog around the house, corralling everybody into the ritual circle. And then I walk around and mark the four corners with my paws, making big X-shaped scratches on the four corners of the circle. And then I hop inside and howl up toward the moon to draw it down to us. Result is...
Never get tired of saying that.
4 essence and 2 willpower return to each of us.
Ooh.
And you can erase that.
Wow.
All the while there is banging incessantly.
We should probably do something about that before,
your neighbors are poking their heads out like, what the hell is going on?
Kind of causing a scene, yeah.
Now that it is my curse lifted, can I turn back into a person?
Yes, you can be a people now.
All right. So from the center of the circle...
when you said you were going to mark the 4 corners, I thought you meant you were going to pee on them.
Not this time.
Oh no. Okay, good. Pause. We're good.
Total immersion.
My casting style is scratching with claws or long nails, not pissing on everything.
That would be a funny way.
It would be.
Of casting a spell, like you're a shifter that picks a wolf or a fawn, and you pee on everything.
I loved the first thought of like being outside the door and being like, hey, and just kind of scratching on it. It's great.
Yeah. So now that I'm back in my enticing human form, I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can get our allies that live here in the building with us on board with stopping any potential Red Watch that might still be lurking around, trying to find us. So I will leave the rest of you to it. Could I do that with like a command roll?
Yeah.
Ooh. Can I assist as every single person in my background is part of like the crew? So I'll let Gavin take the lead, but I'll just be like there in the back to nod, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Xander, sorry, let Xander take the lead.
Right. So that'll be 2 dice action roll.
Like, let me get my jacket.
And that is a fail on my part.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to convince people to fuck around and find out with the Red Watch.
Yeah, I guess there's probably not enough incentive for them to stick their necks out and potentially get the beat down.
I have a thing.
Yeah.
And I will use willpower if I have to. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and use a willpower, and I am going to be like, fuck, and I'm gonna take my phone and be like, oh, and I am gonna call in my character sheet. One of my contracts is a guy by the name of Brick, and he is a contact. So he is someone who like used to roll with the street crews, was always part of the street crews, and then got involved with law enforcement as a beat cop. So nobody likes him.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, like he'll do us favors, right? So he's actually like he's been known to like help people out of tough spots, and like he's the guy where even though nobody likes him anymore, you can still call and be like, hey, can we call on a favor, because every once in a while we still talk to him and we're like, hey, even though like bad career choice, but he does like help and like call people off sometimes. So I'm gonna call Brick and use a willpower to see if I can use my contact to try and either throw them off or call in one of those favors, and hopefully the willpower will be enough to do it.
That sounds like you're protecting me from the consequences of my action. So yeah, that usually costs 1 willpower, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Do you think we should do another fortune roll for whether or not he's free to come be helpful? I think so.
Is he a +1 ally for Sarissa?
No, my +1 ally is Gerard McGinnis, a local defense attorney who owes 1 favor.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So Brick, we would be asking. So a luck roll definitely makes sense there. But if not, I'm happy to just go through my Rolodex and burn another willpower and call Gerard and be like, hey, you might want to,
You only get 1 attempt at protecting me from my consequences.
Ooh. Okay, well
but you could still call other people afterward.
Yeah, let's go with Brick then. So just exclamation mark 1F.
Yes.
Unless you want to use a particular action, like you're commanding him, or
Ooh. So as a Medusa, I can use focus instead of sway.
Ooh, nice.
And where, if I'm doing that, would I mark off 1 star in resolve? Or would I mark anything off, or would I just use that skill?
No, those are for experience points.
Okay, so that would be exclamation mark 3F?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'll just kind of Brick. Darling, listen. You chose this, but we just took you out for a drink for your birthday, despite everything. So listen, we got into some things happening. If you could just, throw the dog off the trail, so to speak. And let's go ahead and try that sway. Ooh, good result. 615.
That is perfect. You get exactly what you want. He is available and bored and looking for something to do. So he's like, I can do that. And yeah, I guess the easiest way to get the Road Watch's attention is to do wild magic. Is he a mundane or a witch?
He is a mundane, but he is like I think he's just like a beat cop is how I had that down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he's friends with us.
Like Obsidian Council, like
yeah.
Okay. Let's say his sister is a witch, and he's like, "Hey, do a wild magic." And
yes.
She distracts him, and then
her sister was a witch, bro.
Your sister's a witch. No. Yeah. So she does a wild magic, and that gets their attention, and kind of pulls them to the other side of town. So you guys can relax, and she can take care of her own wild magic situation before it's a problem.
Spirals out of control.
When I know that he's gonna like reluctantly try, I'll be like, "Thank you, Brick. We'll see you again next year, and let's do something a little bit more fun this time." And just hang up the phone. See you in a year.
Awesome. Okay, let's see.
I think while that was going on, Salandis would have gone back to trying to communicate with the ghost.
Perfect. So, again, now that the spirit is able to bang on things, if you guys want to try and communicate through knocks or something like that, that might be a little faster.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that sounds like something Fern and Salandis should probably take the lead on, because the other 2 of us are quite busy.
Yeah. I was thinking I could use a sway action
Okay.
to kind of coax the ghost into answering our questions, and like trusting us for telling us what's going on, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
So, uh,
A sway roll.
a sway roll.
Whirl.
A swirl.
That is a partial success and mixed result. So he is definitely willing to communicate with you guys. He doesn't need to be super coaxed because he was there with you because he was in a worse place where he was. So he wanted to get away. So he is definitely willing to communicate with you guys. Let's see. I think it would be fun. He is going to kind of, for a moment, attach itself to your telepathic link.
Ooh.
Oh.
He can't like speak to you guys that way, like, speaking, but he is going to try to show you guys some things. So, let's see. Could everybody do a focus roll, and we'll see how much information you guys can glean from this vision that he's going to give you guys.
Right. So it's always
like a group action focus roll, but you kind of don't get a choice in who's leading stuff because nobody's leading except for the ghost. So the rest is 6. Good. 5.
So if I have 2 dots, it's 3, right?
2 dots is
2 dots, it's 2.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about 14. Okay.
Partial.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everybody? I wasn't
Yep.
counting rolls.
Yes.
Only one of us
I got a failure.
failed.
Fern-
that was Azra.
Fern did well.
And everybody else. Well.
Who got the 6?
It was Fern. Fern got a
Yay.
6.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you guys are telepathically connected. You kind of all get the same vision, but Fern, you're going to get hit with a lot more of the emotional consequences of how he was feeling when it happened. So
That makes
what
sense.
you see is a very heritage characteristic heavy Squatch. And
Okay.
he is, doing his squatchy thing in the woods, and it happened to be a Grail hunting club trip, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they murdered him and left his body in the woods where they shot him. So when you guys came through and interrupted their supply chain, his ghost was already in the area around his body, and basically he wants to be put to rest properly and for people to know what happened to him. So Fern, you're gonna take some emotional damage.
Yes, I was gonna say Fern comes out of this crying, like wiping at his eyes and being like, "I'm so sorry," like apologizing to the spirit, and yeah.
I was really excited because squatches are so cool, and then I heard the rest of the story and I got real sad. It was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
So do I take 1 harm?
Yeah, take like 1 harm emotional
Do I get a
damage.
trauma?
No, you don't get a trauma.
Damn it.
Although
Trauma's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling like you died, might cause a trauma.
Well, yeah, I'm ready to take these people back on. go and help this Squatch out.
Well, that would be a wonderful next undertaking if there ever is one.
Yeah.
But we are going to end for the evening right here. I wanted you guys to see who he was and what happened. He's a 25-year-old male Sasquatch named Ryan.
Aww.
Oh.
Ryan.
Ryan.
It's like a Labrador Retriever name.
Is it? I don't
know. It just that's what it screams to me. It
I'm just
feels
gonna
like
tell.
a golden lab.
We should really give him a proper sending and
Mm.
let him go and then
Mm.
avenge him.
Ooh,
That's fun.
we could do something quickly that might help.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't help with his body, but we could rend the veil and try to at least send his spirit to a proper afterlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
That would be a good group activity to
And that's like
possibly
a
end
big
on.
group ritual type deal.
I
like
love circle
Lots of
spells.
dancing.
Hold hands, everybody. Let's go. I'm excited. Let's do some good.
Everybody good with focus?
Mhm.
I'll be
Yeah.
happy to lead again, or unless someone else wants to lead.
I'll lead.
Oh yeah, nice.
All right, let's do it.
Who's
So
leading?
this will be
Sander?
action focus.
Yes, the action is focus.
Yay, our first 6.
Or second six.
Ooh.
A 5.
Nice.
Did
Yeah, I
miss
rolled
one?
I rolled a 6 a little bit earlier to convince her friend Brick
Yeah.
to not be a bastard for a second. For 1 second.
I think everyone rolled.
We got it. Sorry.
No, I'm
Are
not.
we waiting on one more roll?
Sarissa?
I'm waiting on.
Oh, are we all rolling?
Sorceressy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So, what are we rolling with for it?
Focus.
Focus.
Focus. Okay. Sorry, that one person was. And just a regular focus roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey.
All right. 2 5s. Yeah.
Okay. So what this looks like for you guys seeing the veil open up. It's kind of like that classic light at the end of the tunnel, but it is a big giant crack that opens up and you can see a bright white light. It's beautiful, very calming, relaxing. And as Ryan goes through into the tunnel, you can see him just like he was when he was alive. He was a beautiful brunette Sasquatch. Very kind. You can kind of see characteristics of his spirit as like an aura that floats about him, and you can tell that he was a very kind and generous person, that he was a wild witch, so he had not been bound to a coven, so he had access to all of his magic, and that was a beautiful thing for him. And he was generally a loner in the woods by himself, which is kind of where he liked to be. And then he proceeds down the tunnel into the light, and you can basically see the pale blue light of peace radiate from the light at the end. So he is at peace.
Good.
Golf clap.
And Fern is like bawling his eyes out of like trying to stay stoic, but it's not working because there's just tears rolling down his cheeks, and like his puffy eyebrows are all puffed up even more from being emotional, and like his bird-like features are being very present for
Don't make me
this
turn back into a
ending.
wolf to give you comfort.
But the
So-
puppy.
Actually, Fern is like, actually, once we're done here, can we like just go cuddle or something? This has been tough. I need a hug.
You know what? I'll make you that soup now. And she wipes a single tear.
Solandis would offer a hug and be crying a bit as well, just at the
Mm.
send off.
So we're gonna have soup and hugs after the send off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very salty.
This is why I love y'all. Soup
Carissa
and
doesn't need
hugs.
to add any salt to the soup because we're just going to be crying into it anyway.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys so much for letting me run my weird little one shot that has been almost nothing like any other session we've run of this game.
Yeah.
But I loved it so much. I love this concept, and yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me do it.
I think we all love Ryan now.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight for him.
If we ever play this again, we're going back to the afterlife, and we're gonna find his
Find
body and
Ryan.
reunite his soul back to his body.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just
I'm gonna
rolled a
get- I'm
hand
gonna
of
get a
fate and got a
tattoo.
6.
In memory of Ryan
Yeah.
with the Squatch.
Yeah. Do it on your fingers so you can make the Sasquatch
Make him
walk.
walk
Yeah,
into
Yeah.
Thank you so much for running this, Andrea. This was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank
love it so much.
Well, I think we're probably going to start up an actual play again here, or our regular actual plays again sometime in the next few weeks once things start to calm back down from the Kickstarter. So, stay tuned to our channel, and if you have already followed us, thank you so much for doing that. You'll get notifications when we go live. We tend to run on Tuesdays more than any other day. This week is special, of course. So, yeah, come back and check us out. We would absolutely love to have either, all of you back at any future time. Yeah, so stay tuned. Hop into our Discord if you're not already there in chat there. I'll post that link as well. We are going to have a whole bunch of new things coming up soon to go along with our Kickstarter. So, and if you're interested in the game but you don't want to shell out any money right now, which is completely understandable, it's a tough world, consider backing us at the $1 tier. It helps get the backer numbers up, and we have a lot of stretch goals that are based on backer numbers. And we're not, we love having dollar backers. So, because we want you to be able to play the game. If you go to our Kickstarter, you can also find the quick start of the game, which is 40, 42 pages, something like that. Absolutely everything you need to get all the way up to where we're at in this game at Coven Circle 2. So, you can play that quick start probably for a year or two before you ran out of material that you would probably need the full book for. But we're so excited. It's been so much fun making the book. Andrea and I have been working on that nonstop. Mia has been working on the tarot cards and doing an amazing, amazing job. And yeah, we're just all having so much fun. Can't wait to get started. Andrea is going to be custom designing resin dice that are particularly magical. And so we're really excited to start working with some of the people that will be making those dice. They're going to be super cool. So, yeah.
Very excited.
Maybe we could have everyone tell the audience where they can be found on the internets.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's start with Sorceressy.
Hello, everyone. Once again, Essie, or Aaron Spencer, aka Sorceressy. I'm the CEO over at ESP Enchanting Sorcery Productions, and we're going to be running a community game of Witches of Midnight on our server in September, and we're looking to do a two-shot in the month of October, which I talked to Gavin about. So I'm very excited about that. So stay tuned for that. So because we're definitely going to be playing a lot of this game, starting with our community open to the community session that we're going to be doing sometime in September, TBD. In the meantime, we do all things queer and witchy that are we do our own sort of tarot card APs based on pre-existing tarot card decks, and we're looking to also include this one. So if you see us in an AP, there will be tarot cards of some kind. We've been using the Adventurer's Tarot for a lot of them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, makes sense.
And
We back that as well.
oh, it's such a cool deck.
Yeah,
gotta
it
bring it.
was.
Like, this is so pretty. But the next AP we have going on is on the 24th, which is this Saturday. We're doing a one-shot, a Himbos of Myth and Metal one-shot. Himbos and Myth and Metal from Huge Boar Games, which is about just being himbos, thembos, bimbos, and lady himbos in an adventure, accidentally saving the world from doom. It takes place during the Second Inferno Crusade in our homebrew world of Valerian, which spans over 3 actual plays and 4 games total, soon to be 4.5 games. It's an entirely homebrewed world that I've been working on since I was 11, along with my friend Eric, who unfortunately passed away, but I do it in his memory.
Yeah.
So he's in the game as a ship captain, and it's kind of like he helped me make it back when I was 11. We were drawing maps in the dirt, so it's kind of also to honor his memory, and I'm very excited to be bringing this to life and to be doing this one shot on Saturday. And it's for charity. We're going to be supporting Equality Florida at Equality FL on Twitter. We wanted to take the fight to the front lines. There were a lot of other people who were doing that, so we wanted to jump on that bandwagon because we were inspired by seeing so many other people doing charity events during Pride Month, especially our friends over at Neon Lights Roleplay, who wanted to take the fight to where it was needed most. So we're like, well, who needs help? Florida, right?
Yeah.
So we're donating to Equality Florida via Tiltify, and anyone can pop in, tap the Tiltify link, and you can donate to Equality Florida. It's a good cause. It's all for charity, and it's going to be a fun game of himbos in a very like Lord of the Rings-esque pulp action setting. So lots of fun,
Nice.
really ridiculous characters that are really out of place, but it's going to be amazing because of that. And that's all I got. Sorry for being long-winded, but it's for a good cause. So thank y'all.
Who do you want to go to next?
Ezra.
All right.
Hi, I'm Azra. You can find me on Twitter at the moment at Azra Hawthorne. It ends with an E rather than just an N at the end. Other than that, I'm not on too many places, but you can find me in the Balsamic Moon Games Discord as well if you want to chat, so feel free.
Awesome. Mia.
Yay! I can be found on like Twitter, Facebook, ArtStation, and most of the social media at Robot Rainbows. Currently, I'm a little bit less active because I focus most of my time working on the tarot deck cards. And with a full-time job at the same time, it's proving to be a challenge, but I'll do it. I'm super grateful to be part of this project. I can't wait to see how the cards turn out. With the ones we've done so far, I'm super happy with. I'm really happy that Andrea's happy with them also. The best feeling in the world is to have a client be happy about the work you did for them, to me at least. So this is going to be an adventure. I am super thrilled to share my art with everyone, and yeah, come follow me. If I'm allowed to post the cards as they come out, I will post them, and you'll be able to see the art as it comes out.
Awesome.
Okay, Gavin.
Yeah.
Who's Gavin?
Hi, I'm Gavin. I'm usually the lore weaver for our games. We've the vast majority of our playtests are here online. You can find them on our YouTube channel. Pretty much every social media channel for Balsamic Games is at Balsamic Games. So you can find us on TikTok, Twitter, Tumblr, pretty much everywhere. But we focus mostly on our Discord. It's growing. It's super inclusive. We've got great moderators. It's just a really wholesome group of awesome people. And yeah, so we just got someone just joined a few seconds ago. So thank you so much, Looney Fruit Loops 97. Good year. But yeah, we're both the co-authors of the game that we were playing here tonight. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Andrea?
Yeah, I'm Andrea. I have been your lore weaver this evening. You can find me at Wildwood Witch. I am most active on Instagram, but currently it's all chickens. So if you want to see some chickens, you can come
Chickens,
find me on
mini
Instagram.
pigs.
Mini pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops,
Yeah.
all chickens.
Oops, all chickens. Or pictures of my sad eyeball that got pecked by a chicken. Right now,
Aw.
there's a lot of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Wildwood Witch, and otherwise, if you want to get a hold of me, Discord messages, I try to check those on occasion.
She's lying. But
I'm not gonna
you can private message me and it will
I
get
can
to
tell
her.
Gavin that you need to send me a message.
Yeah.
Instagram though,
Yeah.
I do see Instagram messages a little bit more often. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, thank you guys all so much, and I want to thank everybody who has already backed our project. You guys are amazing. I am super excited at the idea that we're nearly 90% funded in the first day. That's crazy to me. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.